I'm live. Am I going to have to take this to the other room? Or am I going to have the peanut gallery behind me?
Peanut gallery.
You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna spray
Hey,
you.
everybody. Okay, people are showing up.
Oh, Lord. Kids can't wait.
Okay, we're good. Welcome back to the channel. Live from Pink's garage, except I'm not in my garage like I had planned because I'm being lazy again. What's up, Stupid Fast? I was gonna be out there working on my transmission, but I'm tired and lazy, and maybe I'll get out there later. But for now, I'm gonna be sitting here on my couch and being lazy. But oh, look who we got here. I need to see your face, man. I really do. I'm pretty sure it's you. But if your camera works, can you turn it on? There you go. Okay.
There I go.
You can turn
There
it.
you
What are you
go.
driving?
What am I driving?
Yeah.
I'm 2021 Chrysler minivan of some sort.
Oh. And yes, Stupid Fast, my garage has heat and air. But it's nowhere to sit in there. At least not comfortably. And I'm tired. It's been a long day.
Hey, Jacob.
So what
What's up, guys? Kentucky. I'm in Kentucky actually
What the
Why are
hell?
you going to Kentucky again?
Oh, again.
to drop somebody off that I picked up when I went to Kentucky.
Ah, okay. It's a long drive. At least you're not doing it all night.
Yeah, no, last time I did it all night, but it's not too bad.
What is it, about 3.5 hours?
Like 3.5 each way.
Yeah, 7-hour round trip.
Yeah.
Are you there now, or are you on your way back?
Oh, I'm headed there. I'm still an hour and 30 minutes out.
What's up, Sublime?
Hi, Sublime.
How was work?
How was work? It was work. I worked all day,
Oh, yeah.
and now I'm home, and I'm not working on my transmission like I should be because I'm lazy. But everything's been going good. So I don't know if you saw in my my post, my shorts, that I did get at least the differential part of it done, and I'm gonna have to put it back together, sort of, and then flip it over and then pull the other parts out because they're easier to take out from the other side. Did I lose you, Jacob? I think I did. He's awful silent now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Oh, I was asking. I might lose service, but I was asking if you have to do the carbon.
Oh yeah, you're losing the carbon. No, I haven't done those yet. That's next. That's why I need to put the side. Need to put the half back on it, and then flip it over, and then take the top.
I'm not gonna be able to stand.
off. Take the other side off, and then pull those out. And yep, lost you. So back down to me again. Hey, Bama. Zach, how's it going? I'm doing okay. Just another one of those, another night of sitting at the house.
There we go. Let's see if I might lose signal again.
Yeah. Anyway, no, the sync, like I was trying to say, the synchros, I need to flip it over. I need to put the other half back on, flip it over, and then pull the other side off. I got to remove those 3 screws, and then I got to remove the shifter. Once I get the shifter out of the way, that other stuff should just lift right out. I'm just going off of videos that I've watched of other amateurs doing it, some that don't know what they're doing at all, and they've all gotten it back together and working. So I have high hopes for myself. I really do. So we'll see what happens. So okay, sorry, texting. I'm a bit distractible. So
A bit, yeah. Don't worry. I keep losing signal.
At least I'm not driving 7 hours right now to Kentucky and back.
Thanks.
I looked up a couple of things today, and so I pretty much know how I'm going to do the transmission. I'm probably going to end up doing it most of this weekend because Friday and Saturday I planned on taking the car to the track, but the forecast is calling for rain both days again. And then Sunday through Tuesday, it's supposed to be super sunny. So it's just,
Everything about the weekend.
yeah, it just seems to rain on the weekends. Well, it rained here today a little bit, and it poured yesterday. I mean, just soaked the backyards.
It poured here, yes.
Again. And
No, it was thunderstorming yesterday, so I was yesterday, but I decided not to drive in the thunderstorms.
yeah. So I found a plan of something I'm going to do. I'm going to go up to Lowe's and buy some of that double bubble insulation. It's that like aluminum looking insulation that looks like bubble wrap kind of. I'm going to buy some of that, and I'm going to create a box around my air filter, and then try and funnel it from where the air comes in through the through my ram, and funnel that down to it to try and keep it like sealed away from the engine bay, so that maybe I can get some actual cool air instead of being such hot air coming into my intake, because my intake temps are super high. And this stuff is really, it's like $20 for like 25 feet of it at 16 inches wide. And I figure that'll help. I saw somebody else who did it, but what they did is they created a box down low. They put a bigger filter on it, and then they took out their fog light and opened that all up. The fog light bezel, they completely cut it out, opened it all up, and then put a guard on it, and then some of that sock, like the filter socks you put over them to keep the water out, and they put some of that material in front of it so that they have a direct flow right into it, which isn't stupid. You know, it's pretty good, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to take my fog lights out. I want to keep the car looking kind of stock on the outside. So, you know, that's my next plan, to try and get some cold air into the intake. And then I want to,
Yeah, me too.
I do want to try and find a way to get some air out, to get the air out of the engine bay. And, you know, I found a nice hood that was just over $600. It wasn't a carbon fiber, but it was a GT500 style hood that was made to fit my car. And, you know, unpainted, it wasn't too bad. What's up, Boosted?
You go away.
And, you know, it should, I just need to find a way to get the heat out of the engine bay. It gets really hot in there. I mean, when the cooler weather was around, it wasn't a problem, but in this hot weather, it just does not stay cold at all. So, I answered your little question today, Boosted, your little your post with the question, and I went Fox body because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm hoping that's what it is. An ugly brown one wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, it needs painted, but that is a nice looking one. But if not, you know, I don't ever see you putting a supercharger on the big block. It'd just be kind of overkill, because that engine already makes too much power. So basically, that's my plan for the next week or two, is to try and get, what's up, Boosted?
What's up, buddy?
Trying to get some cooler air into my intake so that my air temps are on 130 almost instantly when I start the car.
How's everybody doing? I'm just seeing everybody's thing. Yeah, you're right around that ballpark there, Pinks.
Yeah. Although the supercharge for the Tony, or I mean not for Tony, but for
Capone?
Al Capone, yeah, would be crazy.
And it still might be.
I mean, what kind of power would that thing be putting out with a
3,500.
I mean, it already has a ton of power. That isn't just. I love big blocks. They sound so good.
Yep.
but a supercharger, oh my God.
Yep, it's less maintenance and it's just cheaper to run.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
just cheaper, and it's not going to cost as much.
So you're saying that instead of running nitrous?
Yeah, that's kind of the goal is the F3R Pro Charger.
Would you still be on the Q16?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Possibly E90.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I that's what I used to run.
Yeah, so that's we'll see. I'm debuting, making a video on it right now.
Yeah. Well, I'll watch it when it comes out.
It'll probably be out tomorrow. You know,
Yeah, stupid fast. High AATs are bad for superchargers and turbos. I have them both, and it's like the intake air temperature, and I believe where it's reading it is in my intake tube. And the problem is it comes in super hot, so it's got to work really hard to cool it down before it even goes through the supercharger.
right.
Although the supercharger blows across some cooling coils on its way into the engine. You do have that. So it comes up through, as the air comes in, it comes up through a set of coils, one on either side, and then it blows back down, down through the middle, which then, goes out into the intake or into the engine. Yeah. And so you get cooling before and after the actual, the supercharger itself, the way it's designed. It's kind of a neat little design they have. But yeah, it's the intake temps are really hot. It's always hot. I didn't notice it until the summer hit.
Right.
What's a killer chiller? I don't know.
Killer chiller's it runs off your AC and cools off your motor. Runs off your AC.
Yeah. So that sounds great and all, but if I turn my AC on, for one, I can't run. I don't run AC when I'm at the drag strip. It's just a bad idea. That puts water on the track, and I won't do that.
Nope, you'll get kicked out of some tracks for that.
Oh yeah, I've seen people kicked out for that, and so I just don't do it. And my AC being on actually runs my temperatures way higher. It makes the head temperatures go way up.
Right.
It increases them about 15% or 15 degrees, and it's because of the sandwich I have with the radiator has a large radiator in front of it for cooling the supercharger. It's got the oversized radiator. It's because of the AC coolant. I don't know. I got to say it just because Mike told me not to. Anything? Sorry, Mike. I had to say anything. You told me not to. I'm a smartass. That is one thing I excel at.
All right. So, thanks. What do you hope I got?
What do I hope you got?
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a Fox body because I love those Fox bodies.
Really? Over the Pro Charger?
Yes. I am that crazy. Yes. Because your car has so much power as it is. It doesn't need a Pro Charger to be fast.
Right. I haven't even. Yeah.
But a Fox body, especially an 82 plus, somewhere in the early range with the 4eyes, I love those cars. And if it's a notchback, even better. What's up, Wood Metal Garage? How's it going?
I thought about spoiling. Most of you guys watch my videos anyway.
Yeah.
There's really no point in keeping it a secret. Here's all I asked. If you're in the panel, you'll get to see it. Like if you're on this live stream, you'll get to see it first. But don't go talking about it. Don't tell nobody. Don't repeat it. Don't bring it up in no live streams if there's any more tonight because I'm making the video tomorrow.
Okay.
But we'll give y'all a little bonus for watching Pink's Garage live stream.
And I'll still watch the video when it comes out.
You'll get a first-hand view of what we got. All right, Brett, watch out. Yeah, squeeze by you. Real quick. I'll take a poll real quick before we show y'all. What do y'all think it is?
I am hoping Fox Body. Everybody else, please chime in or, type in. Bypass valve that bypasses the evaporator solves the water on the track problem. Well, that's pretty nice. Yeah, it's probably way more money than I'm wanting to spend for that. And what I'm planning on doing is just some simple fixes that are cheap. I'm trying to stay under like $40 here to fix some of my issues.
Has everybody said it? Fox Body.
We got one
Pro
Fox Body, we got
Charger.
one Pro Charger,
All right, so here we go.
Explorer.
I got to figure out how to switch the screen around. How do you do that?
I don't know. You're on an iPhone. Isn't there a little button that just flips the screen around? Like if you like flip it up.
Let's see. Hang on a second.
We have a head of hair. That's what we have.
You still have a head of hair?
No, you. That's what you were showing. GTR. Somebody called out GTR. Somebody said Explorer.
All right, y'all ready?
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Well, that's an Al Capone with a nice. Oh, sweet.
Oh, got
Nice.
them all. Got
I
them
like
all.
That was good. That was good.
We got
You got your
Project.
video.
We got Project Copperhead underway.
Copperhead. I like it.
We're gonna paint the car copper with pearl metallic. We've been working on it. The car was very rough, but look at this now, y'all.
Wow, that actually looks really good.
The car was terrible. Nobody would have bought it. It does have a bad spot right here in the door. I'm just gonna get a whole new skin for it. Check out this interior though.
That is damn nice.
It is, dude. Every power windows still work.
Oh, damn.
Tail lights. The shape. This was a barn.
Oh, you got the good taillights too.
It was a barn find. It sat in a barn. Car had not started since 1989.
Oh,
And we got it to start. I will tell you that. The car will start. All the gauges still work, bro. Look at this.
oh, wow. Even that down there still works.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, bro. Look how clean this thing is, bro.
And it's a manual.
And it's a manual. So my big question is going to be, honestly, whether to go Coyote or 408 Stroker. That's really what I'm between. I'm thinking more or less 408 Stroker.
The 408 stroker will sound better.
Watch this. Watch this. It may take it a second. I mean, it's a pain to start. Don't get me wrong, but we actually got it to start. Uh-oh. See, she's trying. She's trying.
Great job, right?
Yeah, it's carbureted. She's trying. Hey, Brett, pop that hood right quick. Make sure that's carbureted.
So if you try and start it for too long, it sounds like it spins the starter a little bit wrong.
Yeah, it'll start. Just wait. Look at this, dude. The clock still works. Dude, this is
Radio
so
updated.
This is so old school. It's so
That thing
great.
looks nice, man. None of the ones I ever bought look like that good. I mean, is your dash even cracked? Okay, the dash does have a crack in it. Okay.
I'm getting a new dash pad for it off LMR, and that's literally all the interior is going to need. Brett's still trying to figure out.
Although I'm not a big fan of that steering wheel.
You're not a fan? That's a Ford Racing steering wheel.
I know.
Check this out.
I know what it is. I'm just not a fan of it. I always aftermarketed all my old ones. I did. I preferred aftermarket steering wheels.
Oh, this thing's great. I'm telling you, Brett's still.
Sorry, I didn't see you down there, Jacob.
Very good.
What's everybody thinks? Everybody like it?
I like it. I like it a lot. I actually really like that color. The last picture of that thing I saw did not look that good.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. It's a. I love the steering wheel. It's a 84.
Well, you have to remember, everyone I got was always a stock. Oh, it's an 84.
Yes.
I always had the stock one, and I usually went with like the old Momos or, I always went aftermarket on my old ones just because I usually got really crappy steering wheels with them.
Yep. So I'm gonna show y'all what we got. It's right here, Greg.
There you go. Huh, Optimus battery. Nice. The distributor's been upgraded, or is
Yep.
that?
That's just a cat.
Yeah.
So we're probably gonna go Holley EFI on the whole build and do a 408 stroker. That's mainly what I'm thinking, guys.
I'm liking that idea.
As much as
Hey,
I want to
Frank.
Yodi
Yeah.
swap it,
Carburetor.
as bad as I want to Yodi swap it, I don't know. I think that chop and that 408 would just.
I think a 4.8 would sound amazing.
Oh, it would sound awesome.
And I think it's actually an easier swap than the Coyote.
Absolutely. I've already got the headers for the 408.
You don't have to worry about as many electronics and all that. And there you go.
Eh,
There you go. You started. Y'all got the somewhat here.
What was all that coming up out of the engine bay I saw there? Was that?
Was that water?
Yeah, that was water. That's crazy.
Okay.
Before we wiped it down on the inside.
I do love the color too, Frank.
Oh, y'all just wait. Y'all just wait till you see the video of the color we're going with it. It's still going to be a copper color, but it's a copper pearl. And it,
Yeah, I've seen that copper pearl color before, I think.
and we're thinking
Oh,
wheels. I have not made up my mind. I'm thinking.
I like those.
I do like those.
Bro, look
I
at the
do
shape
like
of these
those.
things. The dude put new tires on it in 2018 and tagged the car and could
Huh.
not get it to run. So he set it back in his barn again, and it sat there.
I hate, I know people hate those wheels. I like those. I've always liked
No, I like those wheels a lot.
I will keep the wheels for backup. They
Yeah.
will stay with the car, so I have the original. Dude, this interior.
Did you just pick this up?
Yes, just a while ago. Look at this
Where'd it
I
come
love
from?
it.
Was it local?
Alabama. This car was bought brand new here in this town in 1984. It has never left this town.
It's been in Killen area?
Florence, Alabama.
Florence, okay.
I still have
I dislike that they put those stickers back in the day.
Is Anderson still around?
No.
I didn't think so. They've been gone for a while.
Now it's like Greenway or something.
Is it Greenway
I think
and
so.
Florence? Yeah, Ford. Yeah,
But check it out. All the freaking lights work. The horn
Hey, no.
works. There's the headlights.
Yes, he did get rid of it. Whether he got rid of it to get this or not, I don't know. Sublime. But
Yes.
Blue Edge is gone.
Blue Edge is gone. It's gone. Okay, so
I like Blue Edge, but I actually like this one a lot more.
well here's the deal. Here's the deal. Okay, so I could have Blue Edge, and y'all know I wanted a Coyote swap Fox body. That was my goal. I'm more of a Fox body guy than I'm a New Edge guy. I was looking, and I just could not find the right deal on a Fox body for what I could sell the Blue Edge for, so I kept Blue Edge. My buddy Daniel had this car, and he texted me first. He said, "Do you want this car?" I said, "Bro, I can't afford that." He told me the price. I went and picked it up.
I was going to say that was actually a really good price too.
Yes, it was. That was, and what I'm saying is, what if I get a 408 in this thing
Oh,
for what I've got in it right now? I found a 408 the other day, $4,500. It's the Daniels old motor out of his Fox body. It went 6.0. It went 6.0 on nitrous an 8th mile. That would be what I want for this car, and I would like to keep
I
the
lost
manual
them
because
was
it's
I
not
heard
a
I
race
was on the
car.
interstate.
This will not be a race car.
was he 5-lug swapped or is he still a 4-lug?
He's 5-lug swap.
Okay. Can the 4-lug handle the 480 or 408?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I know a guy that's been 4s on 4-lug, bro.
Okay. Just wondering.
I know where a set of 35 spline axles 4 lugs are right now and pick up for $200.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna get
That's what I was wondering if you had the get the upgraded splines.
So
Great
the goal is 408 stroker, Holley EFI, and probably nitrous. No, I if I can find a turbo for the right price, let's be honest, that's what I like. That's
I
what
got a little turbo. I'm going to take off my Focus. You can use that one.
But this thing, you got to get the AC. I will have AC on this car regardless. This is going to be a show car, daily driver, no race car. I got the race car. I don't need this as a race car.
No, you don't.
If this thing runs 6.0, if this thing runs 7.0, I'm happy. Period.
So what I need from unfortunately, I doubt I'm going to be able to run this weekend from the weather. It looks like it's going to rain both Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's going to rain out there. They moved the one crowd, or not crowd control, but they moved the one race from the 10th and they postponed it because of rain, and they're calling it for Saturday, and it's going to get postponed again.
Check this out. I've already got an Edelbrock intake manifold for this thing. I just got to get it repainted because it was black and it was flaking. So I've kind of tried to clean it. And I'm going to show you what else I've got.
You got a blaster if you.
This is another reason why we're leaning more toward 408 stroker. Look what I have here.
What happened there?
This is 408 stroker for Fox body swap.
Ooh.
Already here in the garage.
Noise.
So
Did that Fox body come with the Optima battery, or did you put the Optima in it?
that battery is actually still Daniel's. I got to give that back to him.
That's dangerous.
I was like, that's a nice battery. Those aren't cheap.
The yellow top, man.
Well, the thing is, we was trying to get it to start. Nobody could get it to even start. It would just turn over. We have actually got it to start. You'll see in the video and run up onto the trailer today. It could be that this thing still has bad gas in it.
Oh, yeah.
It's been for so long. So, I mean, actually, once you get this bad gas, who knows?
I'd love, to see it run again with, so how long did it take you to get it running?
An hour.
A lot of ether involved or anything?
No ether.
No?
No ether.
Fresh
Just
gas?
Fresh gas, new battery, adjusting the timing a little bit. And the carburetor's going to need to be clean. That's kind of,
That's the original carb too, isn't it?
Yes, it is. No, it's a Holly carburetor. It's a Holly carb.
Yeah, but old carbs like that can get really gummed up.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I love it, y'all. I'm digging it. Like, I got to get a new light right here. It's a project. Like I said, it's
Not
project.
that bad though. Really, the little damage I've seen on it, the light. I mean, is there damage around where the light's missing? I couldn't really tell.
Look. So the front clip is in great shape. It's perfect shape. This is not damaged. This is just paint.
Okay.
Paint stuff. No damage. There is a little ding right here on the fender, but that would come out easy. The only damage it's going to actually be
is that door, and you just
right
replace the door.
And I'm probably just going to get a whole new skin. And I might end up going ahead and getting new trim to match it. So
I was going to say, if you're going to get a new skin, you might as well get new trim all the way around.
When I have it painted, I don't know. I may take the trim off and just have it smooth.
Ooh, yeah. I've seen lots of people do that, and I like that look.
I'm probably leaning more toward taking the trim off because this paint job is not. It looks better in person than it did in the picture. The brown color, it looked brown, but it's copper. It's actually copper, and the more I stand back, you can see it better.
It's definitely a good looking car on the camera. It looks good, especially in that light for the age.
Hell, look, the fins on the back, y'all, are
not even cracked.
Hey, check this out. This is what y'all are really gonna like. Man, I told you this car set most of its life. It still has the plastic on the bottom of the seats on both sides where they just haven't even taken
That's crazy. That's
sweet.
nice.
It sat outside for 5 years and then went to a barn.
What's it look like underneath, frame wise?
Check it out.
You're going to need the connectors added and all that stuff. Oh, it's clean.
Yeah.
You don't have much light under there, but it is clean. I don't see much anything. You're going to need to do connectors and torque boxes.
I've already got them.
Yeah. It took me forever to sell mine.
There's my subframe connectors.
Yeah. Did you already have those just stockpiled?
Yeah, I already had them stockpiled. I have torque boxes around here somewhere. I just got to find them.
Yeah. Weld in or bolt in?
Weld in.
Okay.
So, be honest, guys. If this car is copper pearl, what kind of wheels would y'all put on it?
Best not to ask me.
You're going to say the torque thrust like I had, right?
Black. Put black ones.
I don't hate it though. I mean, those wheels look really good.
Yeah, they do. I don't know. I kind of, like I said, I really like the wheels that are on it personally, but
Well, you know
they're
me.
not wide enough. Probably
Do what?
they're probably not wide enough. What's up, Mach
They're
One?
not. They're definitely not wide enough. They will stay because I want to have the original wheels that come with the car. Because, man, I'm the third
That-
owner of the car.
That is pretty sweet, and it's been local the whole time. What's
Local,
up, Cowboy Fox? How's it going? Welcome to the stream.
If I could think of the rims my son had on his 93 coupe, it would look good on there.
I know what
But
it
I
is.
cannot think what you call them.
Question: chrome wheels against the copper or black wheels?
Black.
No.
Either you go brushed aluminum. I think
Wow.
brushed aluminum looks better, but black. But I'm not a big chrome wheel fan. That's me. I don't like.
You got to
chrome
think
wheels.
this is going to be a pop in color, though. It's going to be
Yeah.
like it's going to be a car. Nobody else has something.
Have you seen the wheels on my Focus? Because I think those would actually look really good on there, but they're 5 lug. But still,
I have
they
not.
look good on there because they're graphite. They're kind of a graphite color, but they're really nice looking wheels. They're Koenigs, and I mean, if you could get something like that on there, I think they'd look great with that color.
No, it's got to be chromed or excuse me, aluminum polished edges on it. I'm sorry.
There you go. Well, that's
Let's be honest. Do y'all remember
everybody's
the
got
wheels,
their own opinion. That's the problem
what
here.
about the wheels
What's
I had on my old Fox body on Agent Orange? Did you like those black wheels against the copper?
I did.
And that is an option also. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking if I'm showing this car, if I'm taking it to car shows to try to win, what is going to catch the eye?
Chrome.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Chrome.
Either that or high polish aluminum.
Yes.
Polished aluminum
I think polished
with a little bit of
in chrome.
maybe the inner part of the wheel
There's no
is
tears in
gold or brass or something.
y'all. This
Yeah.
right here, I'm telling y'all, this brings you back to the '80s, like when you
It
sit.
does. Those
the
seats
smell.
look great.
If you could smell in here right now, guys, oh my god.
Tell them your thoughts.
It
Some
is
of those. Oh, what'd you say? So Frank said some things like those wheels, but a deeper offset gunmetal gray. That's kind of what I said, Frank. But that's because I like the gunmetal color. I think it
Well, that's what color mine is, gunmetal.
I
Yeah.
love how that still works, y'all.
those hardly ever work. I had 4 cars with that in it, and none of them worked at all. They were all dead. Yeah, the interior color, what is that? The tan,
Yes, the beige.
the beige, tan, whatever.
I do need a dash
Look at
pad.
Scott.
I do love these seats. Like I'm in love with them, and I thought about getting them sent off to get leather like this. The same seat, just leather to
Up
match.
to you.
I don't know yet.
I prefer I actually prefer the cloth for certain reasons. Like in the summer, it doesn't get super hot because even the non-black leather gets hot.
Right. Sorry about that. I gotta take my key back off. Okay. Dude, this thing is incredible. I love it. I am blown
Hey,
away.
you
Man,
should I should grab my keys and bring them over to your house and see if any of them work in yours. I still have Fox Buddy keys, lots of them.
I'll come back one day and the car will be gone.
No, I'd give them to you. Just give them to you to have spares because I know they only made so many sets back then. And I had 2 Fox bodies that I bought that were 2 years apart from each other, and their keys worked on each other perfectly.
Really?
Yeah. Both I had 2 sets of keys, one from each, and they both worked in both cars. The door key and the ignition key were both the same.
Let me show y'all. This has been washed twice now. It's been clay barred.
Yeah.
Now we're waxing it to.
I'd have polished it. I'd
Yeah.
have probably hit it with a polish instead of a wax.
Well, we use that ceramic stuff I got from Rich.
No. What I mean is I'd use a cut. I'd use a cutting polish. I'd cut and buff it, and then I'd wax it up.
Man, this
But
thing.
that because you got to cut it down because it's old and it's got a lot of oxidation on it. And if you do,
Oh, I'm buffing that oxidation out. Can you see it? See that little speck right there?
yeah,
Like this.
I got some.
Coming out.
I can't.
I know that clay bar worked damn good on mine.
The clay bars
Clay
help
bar-
a lot, but clay is not meant to restore. That's what the polish. I have like 3 levels of polish you go through. Once you do all that, it's full paint correction. My problem is I'm too lazy and my shoulders can't handle using the buffer for that long
Yeah.
to do my car.
Look at
'Cause
this
I
shit
could
coming
actually
out.
really
Look at
correct
this.
my car.
Can you see that? Is that coming through?
Yeah, it's coming through.
Look at how that it's getting that oxidation out, and then it's turning just slick. It's
Yeah.
crazy. If y'all seen this car before, most people would not have bought this car. It looked
I would
terrible.
have because I'm an idiot.
It was
I'd have bought it.
For that price, I'd have bought it. If I had the
Yeah,
money, I'd have bought it.
Yeah, you should. It's a good thing you didn't tell me because I'd have bought it.
Yeah, that is an old single stage paint, yes, and it's a little different from the new stuff. But I have different polishes for single stage paint than I do for the current. I have so much crap out in my garage for doing paint repair and all that I don't ever use. It's crazy. But I do know how to work on single stage paint because I was used to that. That was what I was like my old Mustang.
Look at those taillights.
All
Can you believe we did that? Those looked so bad, and we made them look like this.
Oh, those look like crap. I saw the pictures. Those did not look good at all.
They were so bad, and now they look like brand
I did
new.
not say how much he paid, but I know kind of what he paid for it. So,
Yeah, you do. You know.
but it's not public information.
No, he took it down.
Yeah,
I will tell you this: it was under.
I would have bought it for that price. No lie, if I had the money. But as it goes, today I did not have any money because what happened to me about a month or so ago, or 2 months ago, with my wife's debit card for her account that we share,
Yeah.
where somebody got my number somehow on a card I never use and
Yeah.
took all our money. Well, that happened in my account today, where my main account that's in Washington State. And
Really?
they put me negative.
Oh my God! Can they not get that back?
Well, I disputed it and all that. And I looked at it because I check my account like every morning, and I looked at it this morning and saw that, and I instantly froze the card so it won't be able to be used anymore. And I waited until 10 o'clock my time, which is 8 o'clock at home back in Washington, and called them up and did the dispute and did all the paperwork I had to do and sent them the message I needed to and all that, and they're going to take care of it. But it takes a couple days.
Right.
And, they're going to send me a new card, but until I get that new card, I've got no access to my money.
Wow. It's ridiculous.
I mean, bills will get paid because they all come straight out of the bank through the bank account number.
I'm in love. I'm in love with this thing.
Well, let me ask this, Boosted.
Sorry.
How long you gonna be in love?
This is a
Well,
project. Here's the deal, though. I have the race car. I got this car so cheap.
Yeah, you
I
did.
did so much more to this car than I could have ever done to that New Edge, price-wise.
Uh-huh.
I mean, put it this way: if I was to buy that 408 from that guy for $4,500, I would have a touch over $10,000 in this car.
yeah.
408.
Hey, let me see that front grill again. Like, I want to look at the front grill. Is that a multicolor grill? Or is it just dirty? Oh, it's just dirty. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually in great shape. It's not broken, is it?
Not broke at all. Probably gonna paint it black.
Yeah. Well, wasn't it originally black?
Yeah.
Just has the paint's worn off of it.
Yeah, the paint's worn off of it.
Yeah. The Ford even the Ford emblem on it still looks good.
Looks great. I mean,
Look at that.
it's unbelievable.
That-
Bro, it's dead in a barn for all of its life, though. That is basically the bad part. I mean, look at the GT50 on the side still.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Frank. That suck.
What happened?
Oh, he's got no money right now either.
Really?
He's got to bury his dad Friday, and he's the only fiscally financial. Oh my God, he's the only Yeah, my brain's gone.
Can y'all see the difference where it's waxed and not?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I bet in person it looks even better. If I
Dude.
didn't have to work tomorrow, I'd come over there right now and look at that.
Well, I'll tell you another thing that's I know we don't need to get all political and crap, but Diffie Sniffies messing with our job now.
Really?
Yep.
Which
Ain't no doubt.
which job? Which one?
Any job that I can get.
Really? Is that,
Yeah.
is that why you keep losing jobs?
Yep.
That's kind of BS.
He promised a whole bunch of jobs to people to bring them in to the union, and he has brought so many in. There's not enough work,
Oh, that's awesome.
so now it's a feast or famine.
Yeah, and the problem is the people feasting are the not qualified people, most likely.
1,000% correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got laid off today from Toyota.
No way.
Sure did.
Son of a. Mm.
Sure did.
Yeah, I've had some irritations in the past few days about some things too.
I'm telling you. That's another reason I got rid of New Edge, because it wasn't going to be coming nothing. I wouldn't have had the funds to.
Yeah, no shit. New Edge would take a lot. I think, like I said, the 408 is a much cheaper option for you.
Correct.
than the Coyote swap, and
And it's going to sound good.
it sounds so good. I mean,
Project
you
Copperhead.
can do a custom exhaust on it.
Yep.
Just some semi pipe, because that's.
How y'all like the name Project Copperhead?
I do like that, except
Yeah.
I really don't like copperhead snakes.
No, I don't either.
But Project Copperhead sounds really good. It sounds mean.
I'll get a Copperhead logo for it too. That's going to be something, because
It does sound mean.
All right, so here's the deal. I plan on keeping Project Blue Edge, right? The
Yeah.
decision came down to Little Boosted. Ransom been begging me to get a Fox body. Sell the car, get a Fox body. Sell the car, get a Fox body. I'd already wanted to, but the more he kept on, when I saw this one come open, I had to bite on it.
Hey, did I see he won the foot race the other night?
He sure did. Look at
Oh,
here.
good for him. Oh, we got a kitty. Or, yeah. A wet cat.
Yeah, she just got a bath.
Cats love that.
She don't mind it, actually, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
I got cool cats. But it just makes sense. This is what Ransom likes. This is ultimately, it's the closest thing I could get to having my old orange Agent Orange back.
Yeah, no shit.
And
I hated when that car left. I really did.
Oh, bro, you have no idea.
Not even my car, and I hated watching it leave.
If I had the funds to get that car back, it would have been back here in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. You missed it as soon as you got rid of it.
Oh,
I'm going to equate this a little bit to. So I traded in my Focus, my ST, to buy my Mustang, and I regretted it like every day. I loved my Mustang. I'm not gonna. I loved having that car, but I really missed that Focus. So when the opportunity happened 3 years after I got rid of it to buy it back from the person who bought it, I did. And then unfortunately 6 months later somebody destroyed it by running into it. But that car was running like a top. It was in perfect shape. I had everything on it working the way I wanted it. It was running great. It had plenty of power and all the upgrades you could think of. And then it got hit by GMC 3500, which kind of put a stop to it.
because it's been sitting for so long. And these like two waxed like twice to actually get clean.
Damn paint job.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get one.
But be a good little project for us.
I'm just trying to decide who I want to paint it, because the guy who painted Agent Orange, I was not pleased with it. I was not happy. That's not my type that I wanted.
So who you choosing between?
Don't know yet, man.
Don't know.
I do
I
not know.
paint it,
yet.
but I suck at painting, so don't ask me.
Well, whatever I get, it's gonna have to be a quality.
Hey, is that a Himalayan cat?
It is. I got two of them.
Well, that was one of the questions. Being stupid fast was wondering.
Yep, we got two little Himalayans. They're sisters. One solid white and one looks like the Siamese.
So what are you gonna do with that? The edge around the window? You gonna clean that up some, paint it?
Right here,
Yeah.
probably gonna paint it black.
Okay. Because that one looks like it's in great shape, and I don't see any rust around it.
Honestly, I wish it was
That's in
chrome
crazy good
because
shape.
Yeah.
that looks good up there.
You know, the only problem I have with that one is a hatchback. Although I have owned nothing but the hatchbacks. I've never had a.
I've had both. I do like the hatchback still.
I like the hatch. My one of my favorites was my 88, I think it was.
Mhm.
Because it didn't have a back seat in it, and it was like whoever had owned it before me had taken the back seat out and carpeted the entire interior of the car, doors and everything. But it was well done. The problem was they didn't take care of the engine because it was not a Ford engine that was in it. Well, it wasn't a 302 that was in it.
Right.
It was a 600cc engine.
Gotcha.
It was a built racing motor that was not taken care of, and so it gave me issues with it being able to run correctly. Had a few issues. This is back in the 80s too, or the early 90s, but I love that car. It was the blue with the silver, and the hatchback was nice because I could store so much shit in there.
Yep, that's why I like them. And you can see real good. Put a good system in them if you want. Like I said, this is going to be a show car. It's not a race car by any means. That's why I said a 408, something chops good with maybe even electric cutouts on it where I can keep it quiet. That's what I'm looking for. Because Ranson's getting the Ford Ranger when it finally comes back, when he's old enough. I'll probably have it for a little bit, but that will eventually be his.
What, the Ranger?
Yeah.
Yeah. What year is it?
What's it look like? What's it look like under the hatch?
Oh, my God. Look at it.
My dogs are being noisy as hell right now, or at least one of them is.
Still got the little curtain that pulls out.
Yep.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
There's-
see it?
Oh, I see it.
Hang on, let me get the keys. Dude, it smells like an old car in this thing. Oh
That
my
back
God.
seat looks like nobody's ever sat in it.
It's awesome, bro. I'm telling you, I got a deal.
My dog needs to go potty.
How you pop this thing? Oh,
Carefully.
golly, that thing's heavy.
Oh yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
No rust. No rust. Nowhere.
Wow.
Nah, so now I'm officially say it right now. I'm jealous.
That is the least amount of rust I have seen on any car of that age,
Agreed.
especially a Fox body on the hatch.
Dude, when I told you he told me the price, I said, I'm on my way right now. He said, like right now? I said, right now.
Right
I am
now.
on my way. I'm on my way.
Good thing
All right. I don't like you no more, Boosted.
Do what?
I don't like you no more. I'm jealous.
Well, you ain't got to be jealous of me, buddy. I'm just like y'all. I just got lucky. I'm the least cocky sonbuck you'll ever meet when it comes to trying to
Is that rust above the window there?
do what?
Right above the window, is that just missing paint or is that rust? Or,
Right here?
Yeah, what is that?
No, that's just chip paint.
Okay.
There is no rust.
black. Okay.
It is a rust-free car.
Good.
It is a rust.
I'm getting married by the second.
When this thing gets painted, it's gonna go viral. I promise. Because I have never seen a copper pearl Fox body.
I won't be able to say that after you do it.
Just wait. Y'all are gonna be like, oh my God. When it comes to Ford Takeover, I plan to keep it a manual too.
I'm
surprised
you don't paint your own cars.
Do what?
I'm actually surprised you don't paint your own cars.
I will do body work on my own cars. I will not paint them.
Okay.
Because if I mess it up, then it's on me, all that body work I did. But if I do the body work, somebody else goes to spray it and they mess it up, guess who else gets to sand it back down?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I haven't painted
We
a
did all
car
the
in
body
so
work.
long.
We did all the body work on the Nova, and you seen how it turned out for
Yeah.
longer than what we did with it. And then I've painted two of my own cars personally. Predator, the Fox body I had, the race car.
Yeah.
I painted it the first time in my garage. I painted that magnetic metallic gray. It had no runs, no fish eyes, no nothing. But then I didn't like the color. So what I was wanting to paint it, I didn't feel comfortable enough painting metallic flake. So I knew a guy that did, and he done it. This one though, it's got a pop, dude. I'm literally thinking the copper color with gold flake. What do y'all think?
Gold flake. Yeah.
Or would you say copper with silver flake?
No. I was thinking that, and the silver flake it doesn't look right in my opinion.
Right.
It's too.
So you want the paint job to where you don't want to drive it?
No, I'm legit. This is no lie. The only reason I really wanted to go Coyote with this car is because I plan on almost daily driving it. It's going to be a car I hop in and drive a lot.
Oh, Coyote would make it easier.
That's my point.
Better gas mileage.
That is my point.
408.
Mike asks, my barbecue Mike asks, after it's done, are you really going to keep it?
Unless somebody offers me stupid money.
There you go.
I'll
That's
be
the
honest,
answer I expected. The
When I
answer.
I think I already said that, didn't I?
Yeah, pretty much.
when I say stupid money, look, when I get the car how I want it, with the wheels, the axles, the paint job, the hood, the new headlights, everything that's done, it's going to take 40 grand. And I know that sounds crazy, but when you see it, when it's done, you'll understand why. I say that it might even be more than that when I'm done with it. So unless you have and willing to spend that kind of money, no, it ain't going to go nowhere.
Yeah,
I mean, I've already turned down over 100,000 for this car.
I know. When I'd probably do the same thing if I was in financial stability to be able to. Yes.
It
How's
don't
the
matter.
headliner? The headliner wasn't even sagging, was it?
No, ain't sagging at all.
It's got a little bit. It's got some bubbles in the front and the back. Yeah, it's got some bubbles.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, it's got a few, but that's not horrible. Most of the time they're like hanging down, hitting your head. That's fixable. Although it's easier to just replace it with a new one.
Yeah, I probably have it. Like I said, I like the cloth seats, but I think the same beige color, like on the interior, leather seats like that, and put heated option in them from CatScan. I'm telling you, I'm making a custom show car that nobody else has.
Hey,
I will have
man.
I have heated seats in this thing, leather heated seats, and that's the only reason I've thought about going Coyote was just because of the streetability of it.
Well, that's up to you. It's just look at the prices. What it's going to cost you to get a Coyote engine with the electronics.
Right.
Made up the transmission to it.
Yeah.
408.
Or I mean, that's more where I'm leaning. I'm not.
And the
real sure
408 is going to be basically a drop in almost.
what fuel mileage will a 408 get? Does anybody know?
It depends on how you drive it, actually.
Well, god dang, if we worry about fuel mileage, none of us have a Fox body.
Yeah. Gen 3 with a 10-speed. I'd go Gen 2 personally, stupid fast, even with a 10-speed because you can put them together. But I'd definitely go with a Gen 2 because I like the engine better.
Right, me too.
Gen 4 is unproven yet, so who knows?
Right.
Yeah, and Coyotes sound like ass. That's true. They do.
They do. They really
I
do.
had my exhaust made so it tried and make it sound less like a Coyote. And I think mine does sound a lot less like a Coyote than most.
Now the trucks do sound good though.
Some of them.
My truck sounded great. It didn't sound like that raspy Coyote sound.
Yeah, I know. It's the cam you have. It's the truck cam which needs to be in the damn Mustang because
I think if this thing has a 408, if this thing had a 408 with a manual, if it had a Holley EFI on it, I don't think it would just get terrible. I mean, it'd get not great mileage, but it wouldn't be terrible.
it wouldn't be terrible. I think it'd be about as good as my diesel.
20. I mean, if it got 18 to 20, I'm okay with that because I'm planning on driving it.
That's what my diesel gets about. So when I drove up to Smyrna last weekend in my truck, it was getting around 12, I think is what or 12 or 17 somewhere. I know it didn't take me half a tank to get up there and back, so
Yeah.
that's over 600 miles.
Roof. Dude, I cannot wait to have this thing painted.
Sorry, over 300 miles. Oh, dog wants in. Be right back.
Well, heck, y'all done seen enough of this car now. Nobody's gonna even want to watch the video now.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the video. I'm gonna watch the video because I want to see y'all getting it started.
Yeah. You'll see me go, oh shit, it started.
Yeah, I'll take y'all full screen. How's that? That way we can watch it, but watch it small.
Right. That's what I was saying. I bet there's other people wanting to be looked at. I feel like I was taking over.
Not really. I don't want to be looked at. I'm
I
like
mean, I don't.
one of the few on the screen here.
I feel you. I don't.
That's all right. Look at that.
There you go.
Man, this thing would be sweet.
Yeah, the unequal length does help on the trucks. It's also I have to swear the cam because look at when they're tuned. Look at the torque that the truck version gets over the Mustang version.
Mhm.
They get about the same in horsepower, but the torque goes way up for the truck.
Yep.
Worn out 351 with Holly EFI gets 14.
A worn out Holly or worn out 351.
Yeah, that's what Frank said.
Now what trans is that and so on and so forth, and that's with the Fox body, Frank.
We're waiting
I'm-
for an answer.
Really trying to get ideas. I did find a Terminator set up the other day, but I don't know about that either.
Yeah,
It'd be cool, but actually, if you want to think about it, that might be the way to go.
the Terminator.
Terminator's a Cobra, Copperhead.
A high compression 351 will get better gas mileage than a low compression one. Well, yeah, true.
Really?
Yeah.
So I guess a high compression 408 would get better fuel mileage than a 351. Actually, the guy to ask would probably be MJI. He has a 351 in his right now.
With a mild cam and T18 in his truck. He's talking about his truck too.
Oh wow!
And he's got a mild cam and a T18.
And the thing about the transmission, I know y'all had asked about. I thought about keeping it manual, but I'm sure my wife will want to drive it. So I guess if she wants to drive it, she'll just have to learn to drive a manual.
What happened to you, Bama? You just dropped right off there.
I don't know. I picked the phone up and it just went off. I come back.
I mean, you never left the basement. You were always in the basement.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I left. Maybe I lost Wi-Fi, I guess.
Maybe.
He lost the Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi? I think he lost the Wi-Fi a long time ago.
I got to get new headlights for it too. I want to get some LED ones, some nice ones.
Just make sure you aim those damn things. I'm tired of being blinded by all these new cars that have their headlights not aimed correctly. I don't know if you've noticed that, but most new cars, their headlights aren't aimed for shit. They're all up high. I was getting blinded in my truck. I shouldn't be blinded that high up.
No, you should not.
And these are brand These are like new SUVs and stuff that aren't sitting that high, but their headlights are shining straight up at me, and they didn't even have high beams on. I know this because I watch as they go in my rear view, and I see them get brighter.
Ceramic.
It's crazy. Hey guys, you hold this down real quick. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I will be right back.
Yeah, man.
What up, Zach?
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, so what would you say, Bama? What powertrain?
Yeah.
Joe?
I couldn't hear you.
I said, what powertrain? What do you think?
On your car?
Yeah.
It's going that much money.
Well, what you got in mind?
You going to 408?
What I thought about.
don't know. I've always wanted that TKX myself.
PKX,
Yeah,
the trans.
yeah,
How much are they?
dude. I have no clue. I think there's two for sale here in my area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But you got to remember, I'm only pushing 65 horsepower.
6,500.
No, I'm only pushing 65 horsepower.
65.
Yeah, that's all my car does.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't need that kind of trans.
Your car makes more than 6,500 horsepower.
Come on, dude.
We are back.
65.
I'm just an old man in the fox body.
Old man with a fox body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike, I understand that the whole people who drive with the high beams on. The problem is I'm being blinded by these cars that don't have their high beams on because I can see when they turn them back up when they're behind me, and I see them turn them down from the distance, but the aiming is just on new cars. It's like they're not required to aim them anymore. Although I think they are by law, nobody does it. I'd swear that in the past that when a car got to a dealership, the dealership part of the prep thing was to make sure that headlights were aimed correctly so that they didn't blind people. But that was, I'm speaking many years ago, decades ago. Nowadays I don't think people
Yeah, I think that's gone now.
You're talking
Things
about
they don't
back
do that
then when
anymore.
people had brains and women
Yeah.
didn't have Ubers. So
Yeah. So it's back when our manuals told us how to set the timing and
yeah.
plugs and all that. Now they tell you not to drink coolant.
Yeah. Well, we're so smart nowadays, huh?
Oh, a Rec 2018 F-150 two-wheel drive for $8K, it would have everything you need at Copart. Yeah, it would.
Oh wow.
Is it
Really?
8K auction though? Because if it's being auctioned, then that 8K can go way up.
We
Yeah, because people are vying for those right now.
now don't get it twisted. If I found a Coyote for around $2,500,
Yeah, good luck with that. With the electronics?
no electronics, just the motor.
Okay.
I sold my old 6R80 to Alex, or not Alex, but Dover for $150, which I could probably get back. So
Oh, it's buy it now. Okay, 8K buy it now. Yeah, I wish. I wouldn't mind having an extra.
I
I mean,
would.
8K is cheap for the whole thing, for all the electronics, the transmission, everything. And
I
it's an
would put a
18.
6R in.
I wouldn't mind.
What about just a Coyote motor out of a truck?
I'd put it in there.
Same
Sure
thing.
would.
Yeah, that's 415 right out of the box, ain't it?
Yep. That's the only reason I want Coyote over the 408s. The horsepower the Coyote makes and the fuel mileage and the reliability.
Yeah,
There's
and
so much good to it.
my Coyote makes really crappy gas mileage. It gets like an 8.
Bro, you're making 900 freaking horsepower.
Whatever. And I'm running E85. So
Yeah, and you're running the 85. This thing
If I
would be a
would-
93 point.
if I would get it, if I get the 4 1/4 pulley and get the 93 tune for it, it would definitely drop the horsepower, but it would get way more gas. I could probably get it back up into the 20s.
Yep.
But I don't know. They want $180 for this damn pulleys, which is ridiculous.
For what?
$180 for the Whipple pulley.
Woo! Man, I had one for my
Oh
old one.
shit!
A 4 1/4. I have to go up to 4 1/4 to do this. Either that or I have to buy the new lower pulley and replace that, which is really expensive. The lower pulley is even more. It's like $1,000 or more.
Damn. For a pulley.
Yeah, well, it's the harmonic balancer
Yeah.
and pulley on the lower, but I have the 20% oversized, so with the 10 rib. That's why it costs so much, because mine are 10 rib, not 6 rib. And so it costs like the 6 ribs, I think, is $150 a pulley. You know, because Whipple thinks their shit don't stink, so they charge what they want.
Yeah.
And you got to use their stuff. You know, that's the problem. I like your china cabinet there.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet, huh?
yeah.
Nice little,
Nice little holder. It works well because, you know, those damn those lockers like I have, if I hadn't gotten those from free for my old job, I couldn't afford those. They cost too damn much.
yeah.
Hey, Rattletrap, what's going on, my man? Victor, how's it going? And I agree with Rattletrap, Mike. Your property looks freaking amazing. That is so nice. I watched that video and I was just like, wow, that's nice. It's nice and flat too, for the most part.
Whose property?
Mike's garage.
Oh, okay.
Ceramic coat.
I got you.
Yeah, it looks
I
really
hadn't
nice.
seen it. Did he put out a video?
Yeah, he put out a video and I love that chicken coop. That chicken coop's awesome.
Damn, I missed it. I have to watch it in the morning.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. So, oh man. Whew, what a day.
You ain't kidding what a day.
Well, I gotta go back and do it again tomorrow, and I don't
I
want
didn't
to.
wake up expecting to buy a Fox body today.
No. I wish I had known and hadn't been at work. I'd have come to help you.
I love that how it still got that little roll up.
What time did you head over this morning?
I headed over about 2:00.
Oh, you should have called me. I could have gotten out of there.
Oh hey.
I wouldn't have minded helping with that.
I got to realize my goal with the car is not to make a stupid horsepower type car, just something I can legit take off and drive to Michigan with you guys when y'all go and have fun.
Sublime was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still there. He hadn't said anything for a while, so he may or may not be.
2 4 eyes.
2?
Boom.
Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah.
From 2 different generations too.
No.
What year is that Camaro?
82.
Oh God, yeah, same generation. Yeah, they're like within 2 years of each other.
Yeah. That's the garage right there. That is the garage.
That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. And then you get that nice trailer too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You got the ST.
How did you find an orange with black stripe again? It's not orange though.
Nope, it's not orange. It's burnt. It's burnt copper or whatever that
Is it
color.
burnt copper or burnt sienna or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. We're gonna. I'm telling you, when this thing gets done, dude. Oh my god.
Dude,
Oh my god. Do y'all like this hood or should I put a cow hood on?
I actually like the stock hoods on those. I do. I'm partial.
Yeah,
to
leave it alone.
If you don't need the cow hood for a reason, I like the stock hoods. I think they look phenomenal. Cow hoods are great for when you're adding something underneath that needs the room. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. They all stink but mine. Yeah. And
Well, I bought my car had a cow hood. How's that?
yeah.
I kind of like a cow hood, but my thing is if I don't have to spend the money on it.
If you like a cow hood, put a cow hood on it. I've got no issue with them. I like them. I just really like the
but at
stock
the same
ones.
time,
too.
it's like I don't feel like I'll need it.
Yeah, exactly what Rattletrap said. Stock hood, cow only if you have a Windsor with a big old breather on it. I mean, 408 might need some room too. Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe somebody can help me. Does MJI's car does have a cow hood, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think so.
408.
I
I have
like
no problem.
I just
What'd you
don't
say?
like the 5 and 6 inch cow hoods. I'm not a big fan of those. I don't like them to be that high.
I'm not. I don't mind keeping this because it's the stock factory original hood too.
Right. You can get a mid-dress 408 boat motor with aluminum heads and intake for $4,200 at Fast Outboard. Really?
Mark 1.
Hey, real quick, do I take the trim because I don't think it's coming off this front right there.
Hmm.
Almost like it's built into it on the front.
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it comes off just like the side stuff does, but it's mounted really well on the front.
Hmm.
Are you talking that top? Oh, that top piece.
I
Yeah.
don't know. What do y'all think? Should I take the trim off when I paint it?
Ooh. Yeah, that trim, taking that off makes it look bad.
Taking the trim off?
Taking the trim off the front there does not look good. I ripped it off of one of mine once before.
See, that's what it looks like without it. That one's already gone.
Well, mine was broken on the. I'm just talking on that front bumper. Mine was broken. I ripped some off, and it really looked bad. I had to get new stuff to put on
I
there.
think I'm just going to tell them to take this old off and put new on and paint and leave it black probably. I don't know. What do y'all think? Paint over it copper or leave it black? Probably just leave it black.
Oh, the
Or blue?
I'd leave the center stripe. What's up, Ford Blue? I'd leave that center stripe black, even brand new black. You paint over it with new black.
Yeah.
But
And then, of course, when I do this hood, I'm going to have this orange and this, of course, black redone.
yeah,
And I'll have to get me another GT sticker. I kind of like how that looked.
oh, that GT sticker. Yeah, I do like that. That was classic back then. Oh my God, those that brings back memories.
Bro, come set
Me
it.
being a young boy wanting one of those cars so bad, and I was 13 when that car came out.
I'm telling
13.
you. You come over
Big
here
car.
and sit in this car and you smell it.
And it'll be like sitting in my friend's dad's car.
Yeah. I'm
I
telling
mean,
you.
seriously.
That's the first thing I said. When we opened it up, I said, it has this smell. I want it. It smells just like my Nova did.
Does it still have the antenna on it and not broken?
Yep. Antenna's in great shape, too. Look at the
Don't
whopper
let
cow.
Ransom play with it.
That whopper cow.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, don't let Ransom. Yeah, for sure. I'm digging it, man. I can't wait.
Charcoal. Oh.
I think my object, my goal with the car is to get it running right first, of course, where I can drive it. But then first things first is a paint job.
I just want to see you rolling around with it with what's in it right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Blue Gauge. What's up is you are apparently.
Drive it to the track. That'd be sweet.
It does make the 80s look stand out. It does. The trim. Like Frank said, he votes leaving trim on from a non-Mustang guy. It makes the 80s look stand out. He is correct. It does. And it also protects the car. The trim protects the car. That's what it was there for. And, it served two purposes, but its main purpose was to actually protect your door from door dings.
Check out that exhaust. How old school, man. That's awesome. Oh,
Is that even the original? Is that the original?
No, it's aftermarket exhaust, but it's the
I was gonna
older
say.
style.
It was door ding protection.
I can't get over these two.
Today, Victor, he picked it up today.
Who?
Victor was asking when you got it. And it was like
Today.
this
2 days.
afternoon. He's had it for a couple of hours now.
Yes, and I've already been offered 2 different people's already tried to buy it.
About 7 hours now. Oh, 6. Yeah, I would have been jealous too, Mike. I had a friend, a coworker, an Asian kid, and his parents didn't buy it for him. He had a brand new 1989 Mustang GT, and it's because he worked for it and he saved his own money and everything he'd gotten for all his life, and he was still paying for it. He didn't own it outright, but
Let it go in.
he owned it, and it was a beautiful car. And I ended up owning almost that same car a couple of years later. But I didn't keep mine, so it stayed in Hawaii.
It is muggy as crap outside.
It is. Hey, Frank, you have a good evening. Talk to you later. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody who comes into my live streams. At least this one's kicked off a little bit better than my one I had last week, which lasted for about an hour. And unfortunately, I shut it down, and like 2 people, like Ford Blue, jumped in right as I'd shut it down. Oh, you forgot you had all that stuff? So how's the move going there, Ford? Ford Blue? And if you want to, you can come up on the panel anytime. We've been getting an update from Boosted. Now we can get an update from you.
Yes, please.
And you heading inside here, Boosted?
I'm outside on the back deck.
It's muggy, but it's not like super hot. It's only in the 70s right now, which is crazy. But the humidity, according to my little thing behind me, says 94%.
Yeah, it's terribly muggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why my phone keeps dropping me out because my phone's getting hot.
Yeah. I was ready to throw hands. Oh, you're eating right now. That's totally fine. No alerts. Hey, I don't know what to tell you about the alerts. I'm so sorry. You know, you came in last week, Blue, and you came in like right after I'd shut it down. Like had just clicked in broadcast when you came in. And I felt really bad about it, but you know, I'd already ended it. You can't just restart them. That doesn't work that way. And I was kind of tired last week. It had been the previous 3 weeks had been pretty hard. It was a lot of working, a lot of playing, and I was tired. I was beat. And after this weekend, my body has been sore like all week so far. And I think it's just from the driving, you know, up to Smyrna and back on Friday and then did it again on Sunday. And what's up, Downhill Daddy? And, you know, like right now, I'm not as bad as I was like yesterday and the day before, but God, my hips are still hurting. And, you know, I drove up there in my Focus on Friday just because it's better in gas and it did really well. And then on Sunday, when I was taking my son back up there, I was like, you know, screw this. I'm taking the truck. It's got much more comfortable seats. And, you know, the seats are massaging, and I like that. But I may be selling that truck soon, and I will really miss it if I do. Because that is a dream truck.
Yes, it is.
I'm hoping I don't have to, but it's looking more like I will. He's sitting in his jacuzzi tub full of bubbles on the slide. He wishes he was. He's eating dinner. Nobody eats dinner in their jacuzzi. It could spill. Yeah, you refuse until your grad stuff is moved. You should be sleeping in a new house by the 30th, which is the wife's birthday. Oh, that's good. My wife will be out of town that weekend. That's not this weekend, but next weekend. And my wife will be out of town. She's going to go on a little vacation. Good for her. She needs it. She deserves it. So,
Hey, Pink, when it knocks me out again, I'll be gone because the phone's getting hot.
okay, I understand. Yeah, see, here it's not even hot. It's only like 76 degrees outside right now, which is nice weather, except for the humidity level, which is just making it muggy as hell.
Yeah, it's muggy.
I open
Oh, yeah, it's bad here.
in and out, and I feel it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going out there.
Yeah,
I'm not going. It just rained like 10 minutes ago. I ain't going outside. No. It's only 80.1 and the humidity's 80% already out there. Yeah, no.
You got nothing. I got 94% right here.
This afternoon it was 97. I was like, yeah, no.
It was raining for us, so.
What up, Downhill?
So that yesterday you showed on Facebook you were the storms you were showing Boosted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we saw them here. My
Yeah.
little swimming pool, those little kiddie pools I have, the big one you get at Walmart, almost completely full from that.
It was nuts, man.
Oh, it came down so hard, so fast.
We kept saying it looked like a funnel trying to hit the ground, like it was throwing debris up like crazy. It never did anything though.
Yeah, well, that was far enough away from here that we didn't even get it. Well, I don't know. I wasn't home.
We was driving straight into it.
Was that coming from Toyota?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know where that is. I know exactly where that is because I went for an interview at a place right up the road from there. If I'd gotten that job, I wouldn't live so close to you. I'd actually live over on the Huntsville side.
Yeah. You drive to Decatur?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You work there in Tuscumbia?
I work in Muscle Shoals.
Oh, okay. Okay. You ain't far then.
Yeah, I work right by the airport, like right across the street. Now, next year, if our building gets built soon enough, in about a year from now, I'll be working in Tuscumbia because we're moving down by the Firestone plant.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're building a new building with more power and more offices because we need more engineers, but we have no room for them right now. We lost power a couple times today and yesterday. Luckily, it came back quick enough. It's funny as we were watching TV last night and the power was going off and on and off and on, and we're just still watching TV because I have a UPS on my TV and stereo in here. I have a UPS on my network stuff and everything. So power keeps going off, but I just kept having internet, kept having everything, and just watch TV. Why? Because this UPS I have on my TV will last for about 30 minutes with the TV playing and the sound bar going.
My power went off
30
3
minutes.
times.
So, and it's not a small TV, so that's not too bad. Old TVs would kill it instantly, but this, these new LCD LEDs, they don't use half the power.
Hey, Pinks, I got to roll, brother. I got to go
Okay.
hang out with Jess.
Thanks for coming in. Go hang out.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one, fellas. Y'all watch
Have
that
a good
video tomorrow.
Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you showing that car on my live. I really do.
Video will be up tomorrow. Y'all
I will be looking for it.
All right. See y'all.
See ya. Lost power because of the storm. Yeah, the storm was pretty bad yesterday. It's funny though, it hadn't even started raining and the wind hadn't kicked up yet yesterday. Power like twice. Before anything happened, we lost power. I live right next to a damn substation. I have high voltage power lines running out back. How do I lose power? You out, Bama? He's out. So we lost Bama. Well, it's been about an hour plus. Are you coming up on the stream tonight, Fort Blue? If not, I will cut it short. Yeah, those power blips are really bad for electronics. I have UPSs on the TV in the bedroom, the TV out here. I don't have one on the TV upstairs, but the TV upstairs is hardly ever on. Hey, Mach 1, take care, man. And they really help, especially on like my I have one on my what's that thing called, network attached storage, the NAS. I have one on my NAS, which is also my Wi-Fi and my internet router. So I keep all that stuff so it runs even if I lose power, but only runs for a little while. What I really need to do is set up so that I can hook a generator into this house, and I have a way to do it pretty easily if I just put the stuff in. Do the switch over and get all that hooked up. But it's a lot of work. Problem is, all the generators I have are not meant to be run in the rain. They have to be in a covered area, and I don't have the covered area for them. So that's something I need to fix. But who knows? Maybe we may look at selling this house and moving. I don't know. Kind of like to, but the house we really looked at, really kind of wanted to move to is under contract already, and it's probably already gone. And it would have been great because it was right down the road from my the range where I'd go to shoot. Would have been nice. Hey, no problem, Bama. It's good to have you in here. I'm glad you came. Enjoy it. Have a good evening. Get some sleep. Try not to work too hard tomorrow. Hey, Blue, are you still in here? Oh, we got another guest. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, guys?
Oh, you got some more furnishing in that room now. I see some bookcases.
Finally getting more stuff, yes.
Just checking it out because I like the car up there. You got a bunch of cars up on the bookcase. That's pretty cool. Oh, and R2D2. I like him.
Yeah, I got him at Disney where you build a bot.
Oh, build a bot.
You're talking about power backup. We're actually having that issue here in North Carolina. We've lost, in the last month, we've lost power 2 or 3 times.
I would suggest getting a whole house generator from Generac, personally.
It's out of my budget.
I know.
ordering some stuff, my generator came in. So I went with, what the hell is it? Duro something generator. But it's a 13,000 watt generator, 10.5 running.
Okay.
And I'm only going to run it during the daytime. And then for at nighttime, I've got a big power backup, two of them. One will run like a window AC all night, and then the other one can power the fridge all night.
So is it a gasoline generator?
Yeah.
So
I
I
didn't
really
get propane or dual because I have no propane tank on my property, and I don't want one.
I was looking at doing the Generac diesel, either diesel or propane. And when I got the pricing, just to buy it, I could have put it in myself. Just to buy it was like 15 grand.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have a 9,000 watt generator, which would be more than enough to power this house and the AC and the fridge. But it's a portable and it's not meant to be in the rain, so it has to be covered somehow.
So there's a way to do that. So I've got so a few different things. You can buy generator tents that are made for running, so you
Right.
can have it outside and it keeps it dry. So that's option one. Option two, what I'm doing, and a lot of guys on YouTube have had videos on this. You get like a Suncast or similar garbage shed, that you put like the big garbage containers in.
Oh yeah, I know.
And the generator fits in there nice, and people will mount like a fan in there and put insulation and all this jazz. But I'm just going to keep mine in there just for storage. And then if I need to start it up, I can just open up the front doors and then just kind of let it run to the thing. But I got one big enough to hold it in there. But power usually goes out at nighttime when it's raining, right?
Yeah, well, ours anytime here.
Anytime there. For us, each time it's been raining at nighttime, some bad storm or something. So as long as we have the fridge on and we've got a small AC, I'm pretty good. And the big thing about the fridge for me is all my medications in it.
Yeah,
So
I know.
I usually have 2 to 3 months worth of medication, and it's $3,000 a month retail. So I don't want to lose that stuff.
Yeah, I understand that because I keep my Trulicity in the fridge, and my wife keeps her insulin in there.
Yep. You know what I'm talking about.
Not cheap. But I need to. Generally, if the power goes out for a little while, we just don't open the fridge and let it sit. It'll hold temp for a long time.
That's what I've been doing, but I thought just in case,
But if I end up staying here and not moving, I'm gonna probably buy something like that because right now my generator is in the shed. It's sitting in the shed, not being used. I'd love to be able to set it up back, wire it in, and I don't even need an automatic. I just need a switch over where I can go out there and flip the switch, and then start the generator. That generator doesn't have a remote. My little generator has a remote. I can start it from from within like a couple 100 feet of it. It's got a little remote starter for it as long as it's in the on position. And
right.
I like that one, but that's only a 4,000 watt generator. It's a little teeny, but it's quiet. It's a quiet generator. It's an inverter style.
Oh, the inverter ones are nice. I like those.
Yeah. It's the one I used to keep in my trailer on my old trailer because it would fit in the generator bay, which I don't have in my current trailer.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you kept the generator in your trailer, then all you'd have to do is just
the trailer up, yeah. Plug into the trailer. I wish I still had that trailer because it had a nice generator in it. The generator being it, but that generator, when I used it, I had to take it out because the generator box wasn't made for a running generator. It was just made for storage. So I had to pull it out, run a wire, hook it up, which, is fine. It worked great at the track. I could run my compressor. I had a 30-gallon compressor built into that thing, run that, my radios, lights, everything. It was great to have. This one runs off of batteries. It's got 3 batteries in it. right now. It had 4 6 volts, and now it's got 3 12-volt deep cycles. And I have run that for hours, running a large squirrel cage fan to cool me off, and running my 16-gallon, what's that thing called? The vacuum, the shop vac, but the rigid shop vac. Running that thing in there, cleaning it up, just constant. I've used saws, circ saws, plug-in style, and it runs all that just off the inverter. And it's got solar panels on top, so if the sun's out, it's charging.
Is the sine wave decent on which?
Yes, it actually is. It actually isn't that bad. I've looked at it with a Picoscope that I had at my last job. I borrowed it and hooked it up to my laptop. It's one of those little USB style O-scopes where you use it and you just hook it into your computer, run the software, and it's actually not bad at all. The sine wave's pretty decent on those generators. I actually think the sine wave on the inverter generator I have was better than the one that's the non-inverter. It was cleaner.
Yeah, the inverters are always going to be cleaner. It's pure science modified.
I would love to get the 9,000 watt version of the one I have. They made an inverter version of it like 6 months after I bought it, and I could have afforded it at the time, but now I can't
Right.
because the price difference between the two was over $1,000.
Well, that's the thing. So, like, I picked up mine on sale for Prime Day for $950 for a 13,000 watt gen, and if you try to do like an inverter type of that, you're looking way over $2,000.
Oh, I know. That's the crazy thing. I wasn't looking. Prime Day came and went, and everybody forgets. Optimus Prime gave his life for us, and they forget what Prime Day is really about. I don't know if you've seen that meme. It's hilarious. Everybody forgets what Prime Day is really about. I saw that this year for the first time. I thought it was hilarious because I used to love the Transformers, and I remember when Optimus Prime died.
I got a buddy that's a collector of Transformers, and I know that there's different calibers of collectors, but he's got 2 big cases that are filled, and then he's got a bunch of ones that go on the floor. So he's got like some of these things that are like 2.5 feet tall.
Oh yeah,
like a dozen of those.
So Optimus Prime, the original metal Optimus Prime, is worth so much money right now if you can find one and in good shape. They're worth so much.
Yeah, Lewis has one. Like I said, his collection is pretty good. He says he looks at it as his Transformer stuff as being his retirement.
Yeah.
So he just, he'll keep searching and find something that's good and try to get a deal on it and just adds to his collection.
It's worth as much as people are willing to pay for it. That's the thing. If you can find somebody willing to pay for it, it's got the money, it's great. It's like any kind of collector thing, I remember all those because I was a kid when they were out. And I remember the ones, what was the guy's name that he had the cassette tape that came out? It was a Decepticon. He had a cassette tape that came out and became a bird and flew.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I had one, and the cassette tape in it actually transformed into a bird. It was really cool. I mean, this is back in the 80s too. So yeah, they had some really cool stuff back then, but that Optimus Prime was the one I never got. I never got one because it was too damn expensive. Because the back end of it opened up and became like a command center, his trailer. And then he was pretty big. The Optimus Prime was huge. But yeah, it was pretty funny. That meme. I just saw that meme the other day on Prime Day. Somebody posted it, and it's got the picture from the cartoon when Optimus Prime is dead. When what was it? The other guy who took over from Optimus Prime, and I didn't like him. I was so happy when they brought Optimus back, but it was just funny because you're sitting there, and everybody forgets what Prime Day is really about. I was like, that's hilarious. Kind kind of like Chris. You know, they were making fun of the whole everybody forgets what Christmas was about. Well, Christmas is about all kinds of different things, depending on how you look at it.
Different things to different people. Yep.
Yeah. But I just thought it was fun. But I didn't see any generator deals because I don't even think I looked at Amazon Prime but one time on
Oh man,
during
I
the
was
days of Prime Day, because
so
a lot of those prices are bullshit because they raise the prices for like 2 months leading up to it and then they drop them.
So my wife and I, we always get a ton during Prime, but we're usually looking ahead of time to find out what's, what regular price is, what a deal is, and we've got browser extensions which will tell you is it the lowest price in X amount of time, so
Oh, yeah.
you can tell if it's legit or not. And so we ended up putting out water for a couple of days because the poor Amazon guys just kept on coming to the house over and over and over again, bringing boxes of stuff. So we
Wow.
just started handing out water.
Yeah, that's pretty nice of you. I've done that. So, like our old UPS guy at my old house in Washington, this kid was great. He loved cars, and when he had time, he would stop and we'd talk about cars, and he'd look at my stuff. And great guy, but that kid was working till 10, 11 o'clock at night sometimes. Because they just didn't have enough people in the area, and they set his routes up super horrible, where he'd be like at our house. Then he'd have to go like north of our house, like 3 miles. And then later on that day, he'd be back towards our area again. And then they just back and forth because they set his routes up horribly. And I'm like, and it's software. They have to follow it, and it's like the worst thing ever. Because I remember back when they set it up to where they could only take right-hand turns. I don't know if you remember that. Where a UPS truck could only take right-hand turns, except in extreme circumstances when there was no other way to avoid it.
Saves more time.
It saves time, saves gas, all that bullshit. But they don't let them. They don't have AC in those trucks. In the summertime they're dying. They just But I hated it for you. He always get water at our house. Hell, if he had time, I'd give him a beer, but he never had time. He was always busy. I do know that I kept him because he was at the end of the route. I was his last delivery. He personally made sure I was his last delivery that day so he could look at my car and my wife's car and check it all out and come into the garage and hang out because he was just going home when he was done. And, really good guy, hard worker. And I just felt they overworked the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But I do know he made good money. He did make decent money. Yes. PS may strike at the end of the month, and they probably will. I don't think they're going to avoid it.
Yeah, they're probably going to strike. What's sad is as you get older and you start losing your strength, you see how much stronger everybody else is than you. So that the FedEx girl's bringing this package and she's struggling with it, and she kind of brings it over, and I look out my window and I heard the truck coming up, and then I see her walking up. So it's got it's like a 7 horsepower engine with a 3-inch hose for pumping trash water.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Look out.
And I have that because the front part I'm still grading my property in the front because I get some water pulling, and one big storm, most of my front yard had about 3-4 inches. So I'm like, you know what, let me get something. Bad rain, I can get it out, get the water out of the way. Hurricane, I'm fine. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get everything that I need for the house. So she carries this thing up, and then she goes to leave, and I went to pick it up, and I'm like, damn, I'm struggling. So what do I do, being the old man that's weak? I go out to my shed, I get my red dolly, I then put it on the dolly, and here's this girl that's 20-something that's carrying this thing. I can't even barely pick it up.
I have hand trucks, and I have
exactly
like that for a reason. I had my son over last weekend. Jacob came over. I picked him up. He's up in Smyrna, and I wish he had a way to come down here this weekend too, but I am not driving up there to get him. It's like 5 hour round trip, and it's too much. I would love to have him here again this weekend, but it's like I go pick him up on Friday and have to take him back Sunday. It's hard because he doesn't have a car right now. And but he was down here, and we played pool upstairs. So the pool table in my upstairs finally got used for once, and
Nice.
he beat me the first couple of games, and I'd had enough after that. Apparently, I get better as I drink, which is true. I do. But as I started playing more, I got used to playing and started remembering how to play because I hadn't played in years. And I started wiping the floor with him. But then at one point, he was talking shit about how much stronger he is and everything. And I finally made him put his hand down and arm wrestle me. He's 24 years old. He'll be 25 in August.
He creamed you.
No, he did not.
Really?
Oh,
wow. Okay.
No. Didn't even come close. When I told him to go and he's straining already, and I said, go. I'm ready. Come on, go. And he's in good shape. He's not in bad shape. He does a lot of physical work. But it's the one thing I still have left is my forearm. Everything else is toast. And yes, I have that old man strength. I could not beat my dad. The last time I challenged him, which was a couple years before he passed, and he was still stronger than me. But now that has been passed on to me, and my son will not be me.
Now, for me, it's
And it's only for him. Now, mind you, the next day, I hurt because of it. I didn't realize how much I hurt. I had been drinking a little bit. I had a few beers, had a couple of whiskeys, had a couple of old fashions, So I didn't think about it. The next day, I thought about it, and it hurt.
how often you drink?
Every night. Yep. Just finished off the second one. So, not as much as I used to, though. I have cut back. I've cut back a lot in the last couple of months. So,
That's good.
I don't have hardly any beer in the house. But we finished off. Well, that's because last weekend I finished off all the beer I had out in the garage. But that was just Miller Lite, so it's not real beer. It's like I drink my fair share, but I have for years. Generally, I have a couple of whiskeys a night because it's the only thing I can do that stops the pain in my back.
I was going to say you do it to dull the pain. Yep.
Do it to dull the pain because I cannot take opiates. I cannot do them. I tried once or twice, and they make me so sick that I'd rather feel the pain than deal with that.
What about the green? Would that work?
The what?
The green.
Oh no, I'm allergic to it.
Are you really? Oh,
I am. I have an allergy to THC. It makes me super sick.
Huh.
It's like one of the worst things ever.
I was going to say that would be the.
Okay, hydrocodone downhill is just as bad as THC to me. It makes me so sick. I cannot stand it. When I had knee surgery, the last surgery I had, when I had knee surgery, they put me on that. I took it one time, and that was it. I went to Advil after that. So I took Advil.
Yeah, Rattle Trap. I actually can't drink it all because of my throat. They say no alcohol,
Oh yeah, would be
no
bad.
coffee, no anything acidic, all that stuff. I got to stay away
You
from.
can't do orange juice. You can't even drink orange juice, can you?
I can't have orange juice. I can't
Apple
have
juice?
apple juice. Bothers me. Grape juice.
So what's the throat issue? If you're willing to share.
It is. Let me pull it up.
Let's pull this up because it's a hard one.
So here's a good thing of it. So this will. There you go.
Oh, I can't even pronounce that. EOE. Okay.
Yep, EOE.
Esophagus, the tube connecting caused by support. Oh,
So
okay.
basically, your immune system attacks your esophagus.
I've heard of that. That's pretty
Yes.
bad. That's my mom ended up dying of something with her throat, but it was throat cancer, which much worse from her smoking.
Actually, this can lead to esophagus cancer.
That would be bad. That's what took my mom out. But
Yeah.
when my mom died, she was only in her early 60s. So yeah, she was early 60s when she passed. But that was from smoking. Hereditary, is it?
No, it's so EOE is not hereditary. It's actually rare. So rare that there was no FDA, there was no approved treatment up until May of last year.
Wow.
And the approved treatment is Dupixent, which is what people use for eczema, and that's my medication that's in the fridge.
That's the expensive stuff, which
$3,000 a
shouldn't
month.
cost nearly what it does.
Yep. But yeah, so the first drug that was approved for it was actually in clinical trials in UNC outside of Raleigh.
I was gonna say, you live near there, don't you?
Yeah, kind of on purpose. And my doctor, who I'm going to be seeing in December for a first visit, is the doctor that actually had the clinical trial that was successful, that came out with the FDA approval for the drug that I'm on. So I'm actually seeing the best person in the country for it, which is
that's weird because UNC, it used to be Duke was the place you'd think for that, which is even just as close, isn't it?
so
Talking decades ago.
When I was looking to move, I wanted to go to a place that was warmer, but I could still be taken care of. And in Illinois, they had 26 clinical trials for EOE. In North Carolina, they had 23. Most of the other states didn't have nearly as many. So since it was almost as good as Illinois, that's why I came here and wanted to be close to Raleigh. And yeah, that's
good area.
It's a good area, but I mean, it's if you have something that's going to take you out at some point, and you got a disease, you want to be where you're by the best in the country, which is why I'm here, and I'm seeing the number one doctor for it.
That's great, and that's at UNC.
Yep, UNC.
Tar Heels, baby. I grew up in North Carolina, so that's my home state. So that's where I did most of my growing. But I was in Rockingham. It's not too far. It's about 75 miles from the Raleigh area.
Yep, I know where Rockingham is. It's a shame because I was looking at Rockingham last night to see what kind of races they had going on, because now that I'm getting settled in, I want to see some races.
Yeah.
We don't have much going on.
No. When I was a kid, though, when I was a kid, it was it was NHRA at the drag strip, and it was NASCAR at the Oval.
I know, but I'm in a video right now with people, okay? Once you get some sleep, just try. Or maybe read for a little bit? Okay, love you.
What's up, Brailsford? You take it off, Mike?
No, I'm here. My daughter can't sleep, so she came in, and that's why I turned the camera off real
That's totally
quick.
fine. I understand. It's your daughter.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you had kids that young.
Yeah. My daughter, she's 8, and only one.
Yeah. Hey, it's great. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I didn't.
I think you're actually probably younger than I think you are.
No, I'm close to your age. How old are you?
I'm 52.
Yeah, I'll be 48.
Okay, you just waited much later, like I should have done, to have kids.
I waited much later.
You
Yeah.
waited until you were solid.
Established. Yeah.
Yeah, and I did not. I was an idiot.
Yeah, but how many?
I
how
love
many
my kids. I
How
have
many kids do
3,
you have?
and my youngest is 24.
You have 3.
Yeah.
See, at my age, you only have enough time for one, maybe two. You know what I mean?
I-
So
I-
the problem with
North
waiting till you're
Carolina.
older to have kids is this: your kids want to play with you,
and it's hard.
and it's hard because you're tired and you don't want to. So
I understand that because my dogs are the same way, and I feel so bad because they give me that pouty look too. And I remember that look from my daughter and my sons when they were little, and I remember when my kids were 8 years old, and I loved my kids when they were 8. They were such perfect little angels, and then they grew up.
well, I mean, there's things you can do to try to, keep them on the path. So, like my daughter, she wants to get a go-kart. So we were looking at these go-karts, and they have these go-karts that has got adjustable seat, adjustable pedals, 5-point harness, the whole thing, and they're like $1,800. So they're not cheap.
No.
And so she wanted it. So I'm like, well, okay, if we're going to do it, then you're going to have a checklist of chores that you got to accomplish. You've got different things that you got to be good with. And there's a point system. And then once you hit 100 points, then I'll go ahead and order it. So some of the stuff is like, check the chickens and make sure they have water and food 3 times a day. And, make sure that you're drinking, because she doesn't drink too much. So make sure you're drinking throughout the day. And,
Right.
eat
You
dinner.
got to drink the water. You got to teach kids to drink water. It's really bad.
Yep.
My son hates drinking water.
Well, most
Yeah.
kids do. It's
Well, he's almost 25, and he still hates drinking water. I was fine with it at that point in my life.
she's got to eat what my wife makes for dinner. No muss, no fuss.
Oh, that's a good one.
So that's a good one. Another one is clean up your room in both family rooms of all your toys before, the end of the day. That's another one that's on there. And each one is 1 point.
Oh,
And another one is no means no. So she'll come up and she's got this passive aggressive thing that my mom has. And it's she'll ask you something and you'll say, no, can you do this? But what about and she'll just keep on over and hit you from like 5 different angles. And I'm like, I got to break her of that.
You're doing it right. That's actually a great, like Victor just said, that's a great way to parent. It really is. I wish I had been that good, but I wasn't with my kids. So by the time they were 8, they no longer lived with me. They lived with their mother. And so I parented on the weekend, and that's really hard to do when they're completely different parenting during the weekdays.
And it's hard.
Well, me and my ex-wife didn't get along. So
Well, and at the same time, you're struggling because you want to be the good guy because you only see them for a certain amount of time.
Exactly.
You don't want to discipline them because you don't want them to not want to see you.
Well, that's the problem. I still wanted to discipline them because I'm me. And but I had to, it was that fine line of trying to discipline them and keep them wanting to come see me. And fortunately, they kept wanting to see me. So
well, that's good. And once again, you can only do what you can do. It's at the end of the day.
But my son now lives in Smyrna, Tennessee. So he's about 2.5 hours away. And I got to see him this last weekend for the first time in over a year, and that was really fun. He's already missing his children, which I totally understand because I was in the same boat when I was his age. And, he wants to move back to Washington. I'm like, you really need to listen to me. I've been through this. It's hard. You're going to miss your kids, but you need to do what's right for you, get everything straightened up so you can be there for them when they're older. And that's just what it is.
That's sound advice. So my father-in-law, that's what got him in trouble. Is that he was going to school, he was doing good. He had a new wife, he had a new child, and he just couldn't finish school and couldn't do all those things because he kind of felt like he was letting everybody down. And
Right.
all the years go by, and he would have been so much more, made so much more of his career if he would have just stuck to it. But
So, yeah, same thing I did. I didn't stick to it. I left school and went back to my children, and that screwed me over big time. It was like one of the worst things I ever could have done. I mean, I'm happy I was back with my kids, but so many other things went wrong because of it. And I'm trying to tell my son that, okay, so I've lived this. I should have listened to my father, and I didn't, who had not been through that because he did everything right the first time. It's just, it's hard. I understand where he's coming from. I understand missing your children. It sucks being away from them. But even after I'd moved back for them, like 2 years later, they were taken away from me for years, like completely. They moved to another state and I couldn't see them anymore. Even with, and it sucked, but I dealt with it and I moved on, and, I'm where I am now. But it is what it is. But I'm hoping he'll stick this out. I'm hoping that after, he's got a new job coming up that hopefully he gets, he's supposed to start in a week or so. He's got another job that would pay less, that I really kind of encouraged him to take that one instead, because it pays less, because what he's looking at is a warehouse job, driving a forklift. Pays good, for now. But the other job is a trade. It's plumbing. And I'm like, yeah, it pays less, but in the future, it will pay way more. And it's something that's always going to be there. And that's, you could always video chat if his kids weren't so small that mom is in charge of that and stops that from happening. Mike, and back when I was the dad and it was me, there was no such thing as video chat. It didn't exist. I mean, if it did, it existed for people with much more money than I had.
the technology's changed a lot of things. I mean, you can
so much.
live anywhere and work. I mean, my plan was to work hard and then retire in the country. I never thought, because of all this COVID stuff and everything else, that remote work would be a possibility, to where, I could move into the country and do all this while still working.
Have you seen what companies are doing now? They're forcing people to go back to work, even though it costs them more money, and they're less productive when they're in the office.
Yeah, companies are doing it, and a lot of IT is doing it. I know personally the senior executives at work. I'm good. They won't force me in.
Well, I know, but I've been reading and seeing the stuff on the news stories, and you look at it, that when people went home to work and were working remotely, not production, but like things went up. They actually increased value, and it cost the company less. But now they're forcing people back to the job sites.
Well,
and I'm like, why though?
I can explain it. So at least for the big companies, I can explain it. The smaller ones, I can't. Thanks, Brailsford. The reason why the larger companies are doing that is, in the states that they're in, doesn't matter which state that it is, you'll have an agreement to get tax incentives by having X amount of workers. So what these cities are trying to do, Chicago, a lot of the other cities, and it is what it is. It's not blue, red, or whatever.
Trying to get local workers in.
But what they're threatening the companies with is saying, look, you guys used to go into the city. You guys would spend all this money. Your employees would spend the money. Now all your employees are remote. We're going to take away the tax incentives that we gave your company.
Right.
So then the companies are now forcing their people.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm actually going to shut this thing down. It's been 2 hours, and that is usually the max I go on a work night. So it's about 10 o'clock. We're going to be shutting this thing down here in the next minute or two. I appreciate everybody who came in, everybody who came on the panel. Sorry to cut you short, Mike, but I do have to be up early.
Yep. Well, thanks for having us.
Hey, thanks for coming in, guys. Hey, Zach, thanks Thanks for showing up.
Mhm.
I think you were the first one here, like usual, every time. I appreciate everyone who comes in. I know that we don't stick to car talk, but I think we actually stuck to car stuff tonight longer than usual. And that's thanks to Boosted 931 because
Yeah, Boosted's Fox body is freaking nice.
oh, that thing is so nice.
That thing's beautiful.
He got that for such a steal too.
Did he say that? Did he ever say the price or no?
No, he did not. And I'm not going to say. I know what it was because I saw the actual ad for it. I know how much it cost, and it was cheap.
Less than 10 grand?
Less than 5.
Oh shit! You're kidding me!
Kidding you.
Holy moly!
Now, if you'd seen the pictures of it before, it did not look that good. Just he's cleaned it up so well, but it is
Wow.
such a nice car. What's up, sweetie?
Okay.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Hey, everybody, have a good night. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. And I will talk to you all later.
Awesome.
Later.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. And we are